Alright, so here I am down here in Little Tokyo, and there's this nice little garden here I like to visit sometimes. It's just nostalgic. For some reason, Japanese things and culture seem to resonate inside me, even though I know that, I'm not Japanese and I never will be, or I never will understand their culture the way a Japanese person does. But I wonder if we have lives that are, we still carry over some of those things, or maybe it's, just memories we had as a kid that made it seem so wonderful. But sometimes I like to think that it's because we carry past memories, lifetimes, experiences, because I think that we do. I think that's something that is clear, and reincarnation is actually biblical, believe it or not. Which lends itself to the idea that we lead more than one life. And if there's more than one life, then chances are we've had many experiences from all walks of life. Black and white coming around for a circle over as I pass into this intersection here. See how he's circling around? Circling around slowly. See how he's circling around? There's somebody blocking the road there. You see how slowly he's circling around? See, the whole thing is to make it appear as though you're the bad guy in the situation. You're the security threat. You're the person who is outside the law for uploading reptilian shapeshifter movies to YouTube.
In the police station, when he was being held down and the sergeant came over, he said the sergeant shapeshifted in front of him, turned into a reptile, and then came back to human, and then shapeshifted again and returned. So then when you talk to insiders, and when you look back at the texts that talk about the fact that this serpent race exists in planes unknown to man, just outside his frequency range.
Like that's against the law? I think they, one of the reasons you get a lot of helicopters flying over, a lot of flying over activity when I come down here is, I think it's either some kind of stronghold, like this is an area that they are going to be more adamant to protect.
One thing you have to understand about the reptilians is they have this concept of human ownership. The reptilians have a concept of human ownership which manifests across the board, from the literal standpoint of hosting and taking over somebody to organizing global institutionalized sex slavery. All across the board, the reptilians have this concept of human ownership.
Hiding my music, forget the day.
your taxes for LAPD used to harass me day and night for uploading reptilian shapeshifter movies to YouTube on Ripley's Believe It or Not. Here he comes, direct overhead. Check it out, friends. Your taxes direct overhead for uploading reptilian shapeshifter movies to YouTube. Black and white, Los Angeles Police Department, taxpayer paid, illegal gang stalking harassment for a non-illegal activity of uploading reptilian shapeshifter movies to YouTube.
I started to see a figure sitting there, and he's sitting not in a throne, but he's actually sitting in this heap of gold. He's enormous, at least 12 feet into the air. Just sitting there with a menacing look on his face, almost like a bull's head, but with a human face. So it was really big, deep, like blood red. You know how blood is like almost black, but red. He's really intimidating. He's sitting there, horns that come out and curve. I was terrified. I was terrified. Seeing Satan face to face, I knew I was dead and I was going to hell.
Here he is, fire, yellow and white. Where is that note? Let's see what we got. Military, perhaps? Alright, got our gang stalking plane here. Gang stalker plane, gang stalker plane. Direct overhead. Gang stalking plane, gang stalking plane. Don't you know it's a gang stalking plane? Okay, so notice it's August 16th and the activity of police has picked up. I notice those police SUVs seem to be like driving around a lot more around me than usual. And it was right after the August 15th upload of the gang stalking report. So as I exited the library, a security guard comes around the corner and follows me around. No surprise. Helicopter as I'm leaving the area, flying overhead so as to gang stalk harass me for being in the Calabasas area. They like to do that a lot. Because see what it is I think they got their high-end meat over here. At least that's my theory. But they'll have something, either a police vehicle or a security guard or something following me on the way out, so as to make their demonic statement of objection to my presence in the area, even though Calabasas is my hometown. It's a demonic stronghold. See, you can't live here. You can't even be around this area generally, because you can't live there, because the price of everything here is so high, unless you're married to the wickedness. See. So just think about that, guys. For uploading reptilian shapeshifter movies to YouTube, I can't even go in my hometown, which now it's illegal to even park an RV anywhere on the street. So I can't even, I won't even be able to go to a restaurant or anything in my hometown without being gang stalk harassed by police and or helicopters and so forth. It's really quite a trip. But like I've said before, I would not. Some of you, some people have commented, "Oh, well, you never should have done that," and all that. I'm disappointed that I didn't start 10 years earlier, because this is really a defining line. You know, it's doing something. You know, it's because a lot of people are screaming at me at my channel, oh, Christian stuff, but that's the planting of the seed, you see. Because before I became a Christian, I was the same way. Man, don't give me that stuff. Yeah, so one of the problems with showing these gang stalking uploads is that, first of all, it can have several negative effects. It's not going to waste by the reptilians, let's put it that way, okay? They can use this to track and identify people who might support me. They can do that in any number of ways. See, these people that are concerned about coming out with their gang stalking, they're just not thinking correctly, in my opinion. That's what's keeping their ability to do this gang stalking in place, okay? Because they know who's who and who's doing what, okay? If you are a gang stalking victim, they know who your family is. They know who your friends are. The mistake that people make is that because this seems so childish, because it seems so, you know, weird, like why, you know, how can intelligent beings do this? The mistake is thinking that they're not in-depth, sensitive, hardworking, meticulous planners. Okay, long-term planning, that's what I realized. I mean, using high tech. So you have to get over that and then realize that also there's just a variety of things that they can do to know exactly who you are and who your friends are and what they're going to do and what you're going to do. They got it all planned out. They have a profile. They know how humans work much better than, you know, any sort of psychology or anything that we have here. They know exactly the real truth because they know about hell. They know about what we're doing with our sin. They know what the world is. See, the world isn't hidden to them. They know exactly what's going on. They know it's all about God, it's all about sin, it's all about these experiences. So they have a whole profile on you. Now, I was going to say, even this gang stalking is a blessing of sorts, because those people who don't wake up to the real dire issue, which is hell, they're going to find out the hard way how serious this situation really was. So if you're going to choose between being somebody who's on the edge, who's suffering daily from being harassed, or be somebody who was happy-go-lucky until he met his end, well, I would say, you know, if you go to hell anyway, yeah, better be the happy-go-lucky guy, no doubt about it. But for your chance to not have that be your fate, for your chance to go to heaven, friends, don't be fooled. You got all these people out there that think it's not about heaven and hell. They think it's not about sin. They think it's not about the world as a test to see what you're going to do. And it's a refining. You'll be refined with fire if you're so chosen to wake up to the reality that this whole world is about sin and condemnation and a test and the final judgment of souls to see who's who and who will do what. You know, I mean, just don't be fooled, friends. You know, a lot of you guys out there, I mean, you got a lot of, all these intelligent people, man. And the alternative truth movement and all the people, they got skills that I don't have, and they'll probably won't have until as long as I'm Richard. I know I won't have. I mean, they're much more competent than I am. And yet they don't know. They don't know what's going on. They don't know about hell. That's the thing, you see. Hell is the key issue. I realize it's not popular to talk about hell. I don't care. I'm not in this for the popularity contest. You guys know that. But I mean, what really blows my mind is that all of these people, they know all this amazing information, but they don't know that this whole thing is about judgment. And they don't know that the real wake-up point, the real gist of it all that makes you all of a sudden it comes into focus where you go, oh, well, wait a minute, better pay attention, is when you realize about hell. Oceans of people, as far as the eye can see, further than the eye can see, writhing in hell for their decisions in the world.
It was like an ocean of people screaming and crying. And all I could hear is, get me out of here, please. Please get me out of here.
Okay, so just for the record, I'm just recording that I got gang stalked again by security at the Westfield operated Topanga Plaza, and I was coming out of the restroom at around 9:30 a.m. and a security guard was walking slowly so as to be there to walk behind me as I exit, and he was looking at me and looked at me kind of strange, an African American guy with glasses. And as I was walking out, he followed and then started whistling. Whistling is a common harassment tactic. That's demonic behavior. The man himself may not even understand anything about it, or is not even a paid gang stalker, but his actions are under demonic control. And I get that a lot. It's a way to add pressure. It's a way to bring your spirit down, to make you depressed, to cause you a negative feeling like you can't go anywhere without being stalked. And but it occurred to me, though, as I was sitting there, that in a way it's kind of a normal defense, because see, I'm not part of their world. They know that I'm not part of their whole demonic scheme. Everybody there in the mall is all part of the unconscious, completely, godless, or even if they are Christians, they're completely asleep type Christians. And so it's, for me to even be there is almost kind of out of place. But again, of course, the laws of this world are such that I have every right to go in there as a 42-year patron of the Topanga Plaza here in Woodland Hills, California. But this stalking is really it's like they're defending their kingdom, and the demons that are living in their people that they control, which is everybody. And by the way, it's from old people, it's little kids. I now was able to believe that it's in animals. It's their world. And what's happening, the reason why God is allowing all this to happen is because it's the ultimate filter away from, to filter the good from the evil. Because those that will continue in the world, they will not understand. They will not be able to understand what's happening. And if the only way that you're going to be righteous with the Lord, that you can avoid the condemnation in the lake of fire, which is where they're all going. Don't be fooled, friends. That's if alternative truth people aren't talking about that, about how everyone's going into the lake of fire, going down to hell to suffer torments, they're not telling you the truth of what this world is and what's really happening. Friends, don't be fooled. It's not an old cliche. Hell is real. It's what this whole thing is about. It's what brings into focus everything, every truth, UFOs, fallen angels, beasts, sin, everything. Now, sometime after the fact of this incident, was I able to even believe what was going on? At the time, I suspected it. Anyway, my stepdad and I were sitting in a restaurant, and across from us, there was this family with their kid, and it started screaming. And at the time, of course kids always scream, but it was screaming so loud that finally people just looked over like, what's going on with this kid? And I realized that this demonic attack that you get when and I noticed they went ape whenever I was with my stepdad for some reason. And also the thing that matches with that is that now that I have this overt gang stalking, where I really know what I'm aware of it. Whenever I think of my stepdad, Jack Zimmerman, Dr. Jack Zimmerman, they go ape. I get buzzed. Somebody will start screaming. Ah! It's like the demonic realm goes crazy, not wanting me to think about or do anything in regards to him, and it's really weird. And but this thing is what's really weird. So a kid, little babies, apparently controlled with a demonic spirit, and I think that's kind of what this is. We grow up filled with demons. I mean, that's, now that I know that demons are a common feature to people, now it makes sense. I mean, I know that. I showed a video showing how I've got demons in me, and but I mean, as kids, we're kind of like, that's why kids are cruel. That's why our nature is such that it is. It pulls us into our emotions are controlled by these demons living in us. I mean, this is really weird stuff. I was thinking this morning, maybe I should start some sort of specialty service, demonology, start it up as a science and, really start to pursue it. I mean, but on the other hand, I was thinking, wait a minute, but that's the question I've had before, is if God is using this for people to experience sin, then I would be going against the whole purpose of this creation. So it's a question about what to do about it. But I think it would be an interesting point of checking, as a science or a methodology to really look into this, because we can see that this topic can be addressed by science, not in its current forms of limitations, which are probably set up just to block proper understanding of the spiritual realm's effect on our reality. But I mean, we're living with this stuff, all kinds of psychology problems being caused by this, and we're diagnosing it as a bad relationship with your parents or something. It's, or whatever. But it's not that. It's intelligent entities living inside of us, controlling our thoughts, our emotions, even causing, I've noticed it can cause like coughing or a headache or other physical symptoms. So this is, and here we are, a medical system that's completely devoid of knowledge of this fact that we're dealing with, every single person. Okay guys, so I found out that my comment not showing up at the Universe Inside You channel is because she had banned me. I also emailed her and she didn't reply to that either. Let me explain though about the banning, because previously when I was banned, the James Rink from the Supreme 600 channel banned me for mentioning Jesus Christ and questioning his Saint Germain story a bit there, okay? And I know that he banned me because my comment didn't show up when I commented, so I knew that he had banned me because I know about the banning feature. I ban people all the time. Flat Earth people, okay? Now, but what I found out was that YouTube changed their policy so that when you're banned by the movie maker, the channel owner, when you're banned, your comment will still show up to you, so that you don't know that you're banned, okay? And just no one will comment at your comment because no one can see your comment except for you. So that's what that was. She had banned me. Apparently, of course, this comment, she doesn't want to hear about Jesus Christ and about how souls that are good, decent, honest people trying to do the right thing, but who reject the salvation God has offered in Jesus Christ, are burning in hell as we speak. Okay, so police SUV meets me as I'm exiting the mall. As I'm entering the mall, a helicopter flies overhead. Also, he flew overhead when I was in the coming out of the Starbucks just now, at about 10 a.m. on August 24th at 9:52 a.m. Buzz in progress, buzz in progress. Black and white LAPD. Nope, it's a, let's see what we got here. Can't see it in the viewfinder. But it's a buzz, chances are. Helicopter approaches. Okay, so he's flying around here quite a bit. Same one. Okay, so I have a LAPD waiting there as I exit, and that will be on the dash cam also. So yeah, it's a full demonic gang stalking harassment. They're using law enforcement vehicles. You see that guy? You'll see it on the dash cam, but I whipped her around there. I didn't want to point the camera in his face in case he's, you know, might take and see that as a hostile element and take and pull me over or something. But I got it on the dash cam, and I looked at him as I was driving by. He was looking down. Got a buzz in progress, buzz in progress. That was definitely a buzz, thought-based buzz, circling around. Buzz in progress, buzz in progress. Got a direct flyover here. Turns off at the last second. Nope, here it comes. LAPD, black and white. Buzz in progress, buzz in progress. Silver and blue LAPD. August 26, 12:54 p.m. Buzz in progress, buzz in progress. He can't hold out for very long. There he comes. Got a buzz in progress, buzz in progress. Have a helicopter that's it's an LAPD, there he is, coming slowly. He passed by slowly that tree area there. And he's gonna come out on the other side over here, and or right up here, and go for a slow flyby. security guard comes in flanking as I enter the parking lot. There he is. We're having ourselves a weird storm here, man. It's hot. It's 110. Wait. Okay. Truck's reading 104. But it's bloody hot, and then you got this storm here. It's pretty unusual. Looks like I got some winds kicking up too. I see she lives within walking distance over here. Maybe. Stop, turn around. Circling above again. Same one probably. 8:45 p.m. Thursday, August 31st. Appears to be stopping directly overhead. It is parked directly overhead. Believe it or not. Listen to the difference in the rotor blades. Okay, got a helicopter flying in as I come into the Barnes & Noble. So you got this guy flying by over here. So you always have a helicopter flying by so as to gang stalk, harass me, let me know they don't want me in this area.
I remember a lizard man in that office.
If you're watching this, it's not too late. Say this prayer now. Father in heaven, save my soul by the work of your Son Jesus on the cross, and show me your pure words in the authorized King James Bible. See esword.net.